Good afternoon, all. For those of you who don't know me, I am Ben, a long-time friend and mentor of Joe. And we've known each other for most of our lives and have survived one or two scrapes, but we made it out. I'm really proud that Joe asked me to be his best man. But, as I've already mentioned, he's known me for all of his life and has played as much part in developing my sense of humour as anyone. And although I've tried my best, if this speech isn't funny, then just blame Joe. I've learned a few things whilst fulfilling the duties of the best man. It's not easy being a Welshman in English wedding. Even if you are top of the table in rugby and football. Being best man may be probably the best opportunity I've ever had in finding out all those dirty, embarrassing stories about Joe from his mother, Janet. What? I also learned that it's bloody hard controlling 15 alcohol-fueled men who stag do in Madrid, especially when some of them have quite a worrying fascination with sadomasochistic. I'm not going to talk about Cookie that.
The Cookie effect. That's what I need to do, Ben.
Before I undertake the customary duty of giving Joe a comfortable few minutes, it's traditional for the best man to thank Joe on behalf of the bridesmaids for his kind words. I have to say they all look wonderful and have done an excellent job today. Indeed, they are all rightly eclipsed by Claire herself, who I'm sure we all agree looks strikingly beautiful. You've done well, Ben. You've done pretty well, to be honest. I'd also like to thank the bride and groom and all those involved in hosting this special day for allowing us all to share in this wonderful occasion. It's a logistical nightmare putting on these things, but I'm sure you'll all agree they've done an incredible job, especially you, Claire, because I know Joe did nothing, and everything else. As is always the case in such events, there are a number of people who could not make it here today, and I'd like to spend a few seconds talking about two in particular. Bruno and Antonio are two particular names that got in contact with me over the last few weeks. They wanted me to pass on a message. They've asked me to send their best wishes to the groom and the bride. They're both very sorry they could not be here today, but they sent you a little message and offered a wedding present. I don't know, does anyone speak Spanish in here? Joe, you speak. I know you speak a bit of Spanish because, you know, Holly speaks a bit. So maybe you can help me here. Eres tan linda como un flor. No puedo vivir sin ti. Which I believe translates as, you're as beautiful as a flower, and we can't live without you. Apparently you made quite the impression on them whilst in that Spanish prison cell, and you were only in there 24 hours, Joe. This is the effect this man has on people, especially whilst wearing mascara and a dog collar. You might want to keep hold of that, you get him on the leash. Gets worse, mate. Gets worse. But a special thanks to those of you who are like Bruno and Antonio, apparently the Spanish police don't allow day visits, did manage to travel such a long distance to be here, and I'm sure you'll all agree it's been worth it. Personally, I wish you'd all stayed at home. As this would have been a lot easier on me because I'm trembling a bit here. But I am testament to the lengths a man will go for a free hotel room, a meal, and Joe's now redundant porn collection. Always going to be happy to have a room. This is what the best man. I don't know what. You asked me to be your best man. I knew this was going to happen. So, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you just got that feeling. You've got that. Two people destined to get along, to make that ultimate commitment of companionship and happiness, to strive to please one another and never let each other down. This moment happened for Joe 27 years ago when he first met me. And Claire turned up. Singing and dancing. Late night Call of Duty sessions at Joe's parents' house. Where I'd always let Joe win, by the way. Life was simple. Life was good. Life was worth living. For 25 years, that was me and Joe. I guess it's time now for me to let Joe go, and I'm clear to make a proper man of him. How about I tell you the story how I first found out about Claire? I can remember that cold night in January when Joe first told me about Claire. Guess what he said? I've met someone. That's a good start, I said to him. You've been in Oxford for nearly 2 years now. He said, no, it's a girl. Her name's Claire. I'm very excited. Naturally, as his only friend, I was relieved. She was a woman. My suspicions about Joe is up to you. I can recall it never being an issue in year 2. We would get that Cinderella outfit and Miss Watkins dressing up box. Girls didn't stand a chance. Soon I was excited, intrigued. What is she like? How will she cope? After meeting Claire and straight away warming to her, my excitement for Joe quickly turned to dread. Would just a kind, considered woman be able to tame such a man? Soon after that, I met Claire's brothers. What she was letting herself in for. Good enough, I thought. It is true. I love you. Through 3 Six Nation rugby campaigns, Joe brought Claire to Cardiff, where my girlfriend and I got to know her. I remember us, on one occasion, my girlfriend and I, discussing how happy they seemed and well suited for each other, and I knew all along that it was inevitable that these two would eventually tighten up. Right, so I did a bit of research into what the best man speech generally consists of. It's 2 minutes, complimenting the bride. Check. No, Mr. Moss. 5 minutes character assassination of the groom, that's ongoing at the moment, and a 30-second toast. And to be honest, I really wish I could have spent the entire 7 minutes ripping into Joe, but he is genuinely a great guy. He saved me from certain death on a number of times, although I think it was often him who caused it. So, perhaps it's time to give you all a little history lesson.
I'm going to have some gin for this one.
You might want to pick up the bottle and the table. Joe and I met when we were only a few months old. We didn't see eye to eye at first, and I think it had something to do with the fact that I wrote off his little Tyke's crazy coupon by rubbing it into the lamppost down the hill of our street, snapping necks. I was 2. Go hard or go home, Darren. You're still not forgiving me, see? Still not forgiving me. But me and Joe soon developed an unshakable bond, which perhaps after this speech might not be too we're in the same class pretty much right through school. We played on the same rugby team. Come to think of it, we often seem to share the same girlfriends in the early years. Oddly enough. I think boys are like that when they're 8 years old. Thankfully that has not continued.
Ree, you told him!
Well, still, it's good to tell the story of these events to shed the groom in the best possible light. But I can honestly say that Sam, Johnny and I, Joe's closest friends, wrote an entire list of possible contenders for the speech. However, every single one either resulted in havoc or carnage, and we together agreed that none would be suitable for the eyes or imagination of you fine people here today. But I'm going to give you a taste of that. There is the one where Joe tried to enter a nightclub whilst totally drunk, and on coming to the conclusion it was because he had clothes on, he then decided that logically the only option left was to remove his clothes, rejoin the queue, and try his luck once more. He didn't make it in the second time either, surprisingly. There's also the one where after his parents, I don't know what you were thinking, decided to leave Joe in charge for a weekend. Joe had a party. To show off, Joe took a sewing needle and an ice cube and pierced his own eyebrow in his mother's kitchen table. Rock and roll. Whilst the entire crowd looked on. And to finish, there is the one where on a bitterly cold December night before Christmas, I was dragged totally drunk from a taxi and convinced to spend my last remaining pounds on a chicken tikka masala for us both. After leaving the restaurant, Joe broke the news that we had no more money left for the double taxi fare home, and we'd have to walk. So after a long conversation with a homeless man, where Joe prevented me from trying to swap my wallet for his dog and coat, we decided to make the long walk home. The temperatures of -15 degrees, and we tracked through centimetres of snow, inches. 1 hour into the journey, we came across a charity clothes bank. Chilled to the bone, Joe decided to crawl inside and pull out a Fruit of the Loom jumper and some piss-stained trousers. And he turned to me and said, "When you're cold, it's on a fashion parade." I don't know how we know that. At sixth form college, Joe and I discussed at length what our plans would be for the future. It was tough. For the first time in our lives, we'd no longer be together. My father, being
being the kind of demanding bloke he is, made it clear to me that I was to either play on the wing for Wales or become a world-class Tom Jones impersonator.
Don't mention Tom Jones.
I can safely say neither of these things came true, although I'm keeping the Tom Jones dream alive. But, like the guy Joe is, he has other ideas. After convincing him that perhaps the career path of a shooting star cowboy or male gigolo were not the right choice, he ploughed his efforts into his studies and embarked on a degree at Portsmouth University, where he met Adam, Chris, Keith and Pete. Soon after this, Joe moved to Oxford and then Didcot to begin his career as a digital marketer. That's right, everyone, I don't know what the hell that means either. But Joe has fallen in love with Didcot, the rugby club, and all you lovely people here today. And of course, you also fell in love with the people from Joe. I think, despite the running theme of alcohol feel very clear, and all these stories show us is that Joe has developed into a resourceful, determined and intensely loyal and caring individual, with his sights set on greatness. And in the course of writing this speech, I found it hard to rip into him that much. Perhaps that's a sign of a good bloke. I'm not sure. Joe, I think I speak for everyone when I say we all consider ourselves blessed to know you and to have you in our lives. We are the better for your kind words, your great advice, and your level of energy that is highly contagious. It really is an honour to be Joe's best man, because to me, Joe is one of the most honourable men I've ever met. He is a great guy, and for all the years I've known him, he's become like a brother to me. A truer friend a man could not have. It's a custom that the best man offers some words of advice of a happy couple on this day about marriage, but seeing as I've never been married myself, I'm not sure I'm the best to do this. But what I will say is, Joe and Claire, you deserve one another. And all I know, and I know you'll make a great life together. You're among people today who care about you very much and wish you all the happiness in the world. I don't know what your future holds, and I don't know that. But I know that in 20, 50 years from now, many things will have happened that we can't predict today. But whatever happens, wherever you go, I know you'll have each other to love, and you'll always have ours. We'll always be ready to help and ready to share your joys with you when they come. So with that in mind, and on behalf of everyone here, I want to make you this wish. May your love be modern enough to survive the times, and old-fashioned enough to last forever. So to finish, in the immortal words of the man himself, Tom Jones. Well, she's all you ever want. She's the kind you like to fall and take to